Thousands of earthquakes shook Mount Rainier for the second time in a month. Magma resumed its turbulent movement beneath the Yellowstone Caldera, and Mount Etna's explosive eruption nearly engulfed the town of Scilly, Italy. On the 15th of September 2025, nature again sent a powerful signal from one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the United States, Mount Rainier. In the span of just a few minutes, thousands of earthquakes shook the area surrounding this majestic mountain, marking the second wave of seismic activity in less than a month. This dramatic surge not only sparked panic among local residents, but also caused deep concern among scientists and volcanologists. At precisely 10:03 a.m., seismometers recorded a dramatic spike in thousands of small but significant earthquakes, micro-seismic waves that occurred in rapid succession within minutes. Scientists call these swarms, which are often indicators that magma is moving closer to the surface. Volcanologists call this a cluster seismic event, where a large number of earthquakes cluster together in a short period of time, indicating the movement of fluid beneath the surface, most likely magma. This was the second major tremor in less than a month, and it was much deeper and more widespread than the previous wave. According to a preliminary report from the United States Geological Survey, USGS, some of the earthquakes registered magnitudes of up to 3.9 on the Richter scale, enough to be felt by residents in communities on the mountain's slopes. More than 2,300 micro-earthquakes were recorded in less than 2 hours. This is the kind of activity that typically precedes major changes in a volcanic system, said Dr. Samuel Lee, a seismologist with the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network. We can't yet say for certain whether this will lead to an eruption, but it's certainly not a typical event. For residents living on the slopes of Mount Rainier, this earthquake was more than just a normal tremor. After experiencing a similar earthquake wave less than a month ago, the return of seismic activity of nearly the same intensity has many residents feeling uneasy and worried for their safety. A series of earthquakes in a short period of time has sparked deep uncertainty among the public. Residents are beginning to wonder if Mount Rainier is approaching a critical period and when the threat of an eruption might occur. While Mount Rainier continues to draw attention with earthquake waves shaking its slopes, the Yellowstone Caldera in northwestern Wyoming is also showing signs of serious unrest. New data from geothermal and GPS sensors has recorded unusual ground deformation, an indication that the Earth's surface around the caldera is undergoing significant deformation. More than 200 small earthquakes have been detected in just the past 10 days, coinciding with measured temperature increases at several hot vents. Volcanologists have noted evidence of shallower than usual magma movement, raising concerns that the Yellowstone Caldera, one of the world's most active supervolcanoes, is entering a phase of activity not seen in decades. Most alarming, however, is the recent surge in activity at Steamboat Geyser. The world's tallest geyser is roaring and spewing superheated steam into the sky with increasing intensity. The eruption of Steamboat Geyser is not only a spectacular natural spectacle, but also a signal that something extraordinary is happening deep within the Yellowstone Caldera. Steamboat Geyser is a key indicator of Yellowstone's subsurface dynamics. Spikes in its activity are often closely linked to changes in pressure and temperature triggered by the movement of magma and hot fluids in the caldera's hydrothermal system. As magma rises and approaches the surface, it heats underground water, creating steam pressure that triggers powerful geyser eruptions. Therefore, the roar of Steamboat Geyser now serves as a natural alarm, warning that magma and volcanic energy are becoming more active. While there are no definitive signs that a major eruption is imminent, the combination of ground deformation, intense small earthquakes, rising temperatures at the hot vents, and the eruption of Steamboat Geyser clearly indicate that the Yellowstone Caldera is experiencing a phase of very high activity. On the other side of the world, Mount Etna, an active volcano that is iconic on the Italian island of Sicily, once again demonstrated its ferocity with its latest eruption, spewing clouds of toxic smoke and volcanic ash several kilometers into the sky. The intense vibrations from this volcanic activity were even felt by residents in several towns and villages surrounding the mountain, creating a sense of alert and tension in the region. According to a report from the Italian National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology (INGV), the eruption was triggered by the partial collapse of a crater on the southeastern flank of Mount Etna. This incident caused a torrential flow of hot lava to flow down the mountain's slopes, although the flow was successfully contained within the volcano's natural containment zone. The currently designated risk zone covers only the summit of Mount Etna, which has been closed to tourists as a precautionary measure to ensure public safety. Sicilian President Renato Schifani emphasized that although the lava flow was quite powerful, it was under control and posed no immediate threat to nearby settlements or infrastructure. These three devastating events are clear evidence that our Earth is a living being filled with extraordinary energy, which at any time can awaken and shake the world with its power. From the micro-tremors that reverberate on the slopes of Mount Rainier, the gradual changes in the soil and the eruption of geysers in Yellowstone, to the spectacular eruption of Mount Etna that sets the sky ablaze in Sicily, all these are powerful reminders that humans must always be vigilant, respectful, and prepared for the unpredictable wrath of nature.